Welcome to a new Real Estate Roadmap podcast. We do things a little differently here. We teach we talk and teach about different ways to grow our real estate businesses. And today we actually have a surprise guest who is a repeat guest that we forgot we were having today, but he's going to come in and drop some more nuggets and bombs for us. Mr. Dave Kimbrough, Kimbrough, like bro without the R.
Yeah, but it's got an R in it.
Wait, what?
Oh, the typo. The R was dropped somewhere in there.
Oh, so there is an R, but you didn't type in an R.
There is an R, so I actually very obviously a surprise guest.
Yeah, so kind of behind the scenes of what he's talking about. Dave was on a podcast a couple of weeks ago, and he just killed it. We asked him to come back. Him and I were going back and forth, in an email about when he could come back. And we put today, and I'm pretty good about updating things as I go, but I didn't update the calendar. So as Jair and Jen and I were prepping, I'm about to hit go. All of a sudden, Dave did what he's supposed to. He showed up on time, and we were just caught off guard, but it's a good thing. So by the way, Dave, you were on last time with Alex. Alex, he got a little too busy, so he's stepping aside for a little bit. And Jair is here. So Jair is on our team, the Host by Cusi team, with Jennifer and myself. And he's just, he filled into that spot. That's how come you didn't meet him or work with him in the previous one?
Gotcha.
So since you're here, this kind of makes it easier on us. We were going to talk about, and we still probably will, our B2B marketing plan that we're rejuvenating. It died during COVID and now it's coming back up. We could talk about that, and you can chime in with your thoughts. But at the end of the last episode that we had with you, it started getting juicy, but we ran out of time because you were going to talk about the different ways that you and your team are getting business, inbound business. You want to start with that?
And before, just make sure, Dave, you tell everybody where you're at, because we're not in the same market area. So just walk us back a little bit, so that whoever's listening, I'm sure my mom's listening or something, she knows exactly who we're talking to.
Yeah, no worries. My name is Dave Kimbrough, and I'm a real estate agent in Grand Junction, Colorado, and working with Remax. And we just started, what brought me to Chris originally was we just started Expectation Selling, which is an online coaching program for agents, and really it's a procedural process to take you through, from contract to close, right? With different processes and systems in place to make sure that you just kind of, it's really a set it and forget it. So that's kind of what I do.
Yes, you had your coaching program, which was super cool. We were talking about that, and one thing about it that you said that Jen and I loved, and we were talking about this yesterday, as a matter of fact.
I kid you not, Dave. We were literally talking about this.
We were like, when are we going to time block making these little mini explainer videos? Okay, let me give you context. Dave does a lot of explainer videos for each part of the process for their clients. So, for example, what to expect with the inspection. What happens after you go to contract? What happens when you're looking for property? What should you look for in the appraisal? What does that mean? What, our contracts, you get a contract, what should you look for? Like all the steps and all the questions that you can ask. He makes many videos. So instead of answering over and over again, he has a whole library of answers and steps and processes that he just sends over to his clients, right?
Yeah, it's just really removing the dead wood from your everyday, business, right? So there's no reason to go back 125 times a year and explain the appraisal process when you can do it one time, send it to them, make sure that they watch the video, and you've removed 125 phone calls a year, right? You do that through every step of the process, and you can eliminate, 800 phone calls a year, which is a ton, right? I mean, it's just a ton of phone calls that you eliminate by being proactive, really changing your mindset from a reactive mindset to a proactive mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on that, so you don't send these videos when they ask for them. You send them when you feel they're appropriate to go out?
Yeah. It's really just about setting the expectation, right? So, when we list a house or we put somebody on the market or we bring a buyer into the fold, and we tell them, hey, here's what's coming. This is what it's going to do. Make sure you do this. It's a crazy thing, right? It's just, if you explain to people what's coming and what they need to do, it's amazing what they will do, right? They will do it, right? they're eager for the information. They're in the process and they love the information. You just have to be proactive. It's coming.
I would say it removes the surprise aspect ahead of time, right? You're setting the tone, and now, they're excited to be like, okay, I got this. I know I can see exactly what you're saying. Boom, they can replay it. I feel like that you're just giving them you're adding value to the service, because
ultimately our clients hire us to negotiate, market, and communicate. And communicating with so many people. And I always have a thing in my head, and I say this: if you are calling me to ask me something as my client, I'm already late because I should have been ahead of this. So I love what you're saying, because I was just thinking about this today. How many texts and calls do I make for work that my phone is not even fun to have anymore for my regular life? Yeah. So you're telling me that because of these videos, I can get ahead of expectations, I can power up my communication, and I can let go of my phone a little bit more. I love it. I'm all in.
Yeah. And if you can unload your time a little more, so you can focus on more business generating activities or your family.
That's really the deal, right? I mean, that really is, Jair, that is the thing about this, the beauty of it, right? Is the simplicity, because by the time I'm done with a client, I define for them why they're going to call me, right? So I know that if they're calling me, it's an emergency for the most part, right? If it's after hours, it is an emergency. We define what that emergency will be, right? And they're great with it, man. I've got 1,000 online 5-star reviews. It's not like they're unhappy people, right? They're very happy clients. So
that's a good video to make. Do you have a video that you make of how to leave you a review?
Yeah. We send that out when about 3 days prior to close. Hopefully everything goes smooth, right? We send it out then, and we send it out a time after closing in case they don't. And you know how it is. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, blah, blah, blah. But the bottom line is, what we're trying to do, and what we, I think, do a great job of, and I think what the expectation selling does is it really teaches the real estate agent how to communicate with their client, not only how they're going to communicate with them, but how the client should communicate with the agent, right? And then it takes the pressure off of everybody, right? Because there's all these unspoken expectations through the entire process because we're all busy, right? And so, we remove that from the process. And then when, people are great, because I tell them all the time, if you need me, you call me, because I'm not a mind reader. Because if I need you, I'm going to hunt you down. I don't care where you're at, because I'm selfish, right? I need you. So I'm going to come after you, right?
Yeah. And so, Dave, you provide the scripts for your training program, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the talking dialogue around it too, is it's really just every agent has to do it. Like Jair's going to be different than Jen's going to be different than Chris, and everybody's going to be different from me. But the concepts are universal, right? You just have to fit them to your personality and your style. But the great thing about it is it meets you where you are in your business, right? It doesn't matter whether you do 10, 15 deals a year or you do 80. Obviously, if you do 80, you're going to have exponentially more benefit from this process, right? But still, it's about the whole thing is get your nights and weekends back and conquer the chaos, because the chaos is the part of the business that real estate agents don't even realize they're in chaos till they get out of it.
Yeah, and a big thing about this, because I'm in coaching too, and I also have a team, is the amount of work up front for people is what stops people from doing everything, which is the irony of it all. It's like, because there's work up front, I don't want to do it, so I'm going to work harder later. No matter what, you're going to do it. You're either going to do it in a smart way and proactively, or you can do it in a less intelligent way and reactively and cost you more time. And that's with everything in our game, by the way. It's, whether it's our prospecting, building our systems and platforms, and including this, is just picking a day. I'm going to do this Thursday. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to start writing the script. So I'm going to go to Dave's course and just, save time and just get it from him, and then next Thursday, I'm going to record it. And then you're done in 2 days, right?
You're going to pay the freight. You either pay it up front or you pay it when it shows up, right?
Amen.
And that's just the way it is. You cannot be successful in this business unless you're paying the freight.
And our job as real estate agents is to market, to promote, to stand out. And by giving our clients timely and well done videos, definitely allows for them to see you again and to stand out from the competition and to remember this positive experience in the long term, right? It's actually doing two things. It's communicating, and it's also helping you stand out.
Yeah.
Well, And Chris and Jen, last time I was on, I told you on those on our reviews, I get more feedback on the videos than anything we do.
Because he's unique.
Yeah.
Well, and it just keeps them informed, because if you talk to people, or Chris, you pick up a listing, right, from somebody and they didn't sell, right? One of the biggest complaints you hear or you see is they didn't call me back. They didn't communicate with me. They didn't do this, they didn't do that. And it's like, well, cool, because I got you covered. And let me tell you how this is going to work. And as soon as you do that, they're like, I'm in.
It's ironic. People work so hard to get in. So in this business is working hard to get the business, right? Or just to get your name out there, then working hard to actually get from them to know who you are, to commit to you, then working hard for it again to, to get this, the listing up, then working hard for the contract, then working hard after your post closing, right? There's so many things. Agents work so hard to get business. And then it feels like once they get it, they're like, oh, I'm not going to do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's really odd.
Well, I think part of that stuff is too. Sorry, Jen. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to give you just back to the videos, and I just see the power behind it. I'm sure that the people, your clients, that once they get these videos from you, the buck doesn't stop there. It just keeps going. So I'm sure people are forwarding it to their friends. Like, look at what my agent just sent me. Like, I didn't even have to ask. Like, I'm sure you're impressing people along the way, whether it's video 1 or video 20, that they're so impressed by you. That's just going to keep that funnel of word of mouth going, because again, this is communication at its finest. And that is our job. I mean, which a lot of people drop the ball, like you said, Chris. This is just elevating that communication piece, and your referral base just continues to grow from simply taking those steps on the front end versus the back end. And now you're just able to grow and continue this process over.
Yeah. And I mean, I think what you do is you leverage technology to help you get in front of your client on a timely basis, in a meaningful way, right? That's what we're all after, right? And so what happens is, Chris, Jen, Jair, what happens to me anyway, right? I don't want to, I mean, just being totally transparent, that's who I am. I don't want to pick up the phone at 9:30 in the morning and just call and check on somebody, because you're opening yourself up to any number of bombs that may show up, right? And then you're going to be on a phone call for a long period of time in a day. If you're dealing with a lot of clientele and a lot of business and a lot of this, and you're a team lead, I don't have time to sit around and chat about the Broncos. I want to, right? Or about, the soccer field or what's going on downtown. I want to do those things. I just realistically don't have that time, right? So I can still touch the client in a meaningful way, accomplish something that's going to be meaningful to them, give them information, and I don't have to personally do it, but they still feel like they got touched.
And on the other side, think about it as a client. Some clients call you and they want to talk about the Broncos.
Yeah.
And sometimes we want to talk about the Broncos and they don't. They're like, hey, man, did it sell? Did this show up? What do we got? Okay, thank you, bye. They may have that as well. Like, I don't want to talk to my agent. And they can also watch it at 3 o'clock in the morning if they couldn't sleep, or late at night, and they have it. They'll, adjust to everyone's life, which makes it unique.
That's a great point, Jair. Yeah, you're going to meet them. You're going to meet them when they're ready, right? Because they're going to open it when they're ready, right? So I don't know. We have just found amazing success at it. One of the things, our next endeavor is creating an after. Never mind. I won't go into that. But yeah.
Why?
You already did it.
What do you have some nuggets you're holding back?
I mean,
I think
with the trickle effect.
Dave's like, so I got to tell you the coolest story that I've ever seen. So what happened was, forget it.
He helped us, and we're in.
We're always looking at refining, like, what are universal hurdles for real estate agents, right? I mean, because I think generally real estate agents are really, really good people. Their hearts are right. They're in it for the right reasons. They're trying to help. They're doing all these things. But, life takes over, right? So one of the things that I find is a universal thing in coaching programs all across, everybody in the world is trying to sell real estate agents something.
Oh, God.
So, I mean, I get nailed. I could tell you a story about homes.com, but I'm not going to. But the happened just yesterday. But it's one of these things where they're always selling. They're always selling us something. And one of the problems I find that in real estate agents is, how do we meaningfully touch clients after we're done with the sale?
Most important part. They leave in a limo, right? Jair says that a lot. Send them away in a limo.
Send them away in a limo, whether your clients or not. like
You
Oprah does. You
but
always send them away in the limo.
you send them off in a limo. Most agents do. They do a great job, right? And there's all this stuff. But then you've got 2 to 5 to 7 years, right? That you may not talk to them again, right? And it isn't because you don't want to talk to them again. It's because you've been consumed by new business. You're good at getting
Yeah.
business, right?
Yep.
So
Happens.
we're looking at a concierge program, right? And having that staffed to where what you can do is create a concierge program. If you've ever stayed at a Four Seasons, anybody here ever stayed at a Four Seasons?
I'm more of a Holiday Inn Express type of guy.
Oh
Well,
my
good.
God. Does the
Don't,
Disney hotel count?
don't, it does, it does. Okay, but the point is not to like, hey, everybody say, but if you stayed at one, it will ruin you,
Mhm.
right? Because it doesn't matter what you need. All you got to do is call the concierge, right? And you're done. I need a good place for dinner. I need this. I need that, whatever. They pick up the phone and they organize that to happen for you, right? So the concept is, why can't you have a concierge system with homes, right? Because the biggest problem people have after they purchase a home is, how do they get somebody to help them with things that they need afterwards? I hear that on every single listing appointment. What? You got a painter? What? You got a plumber? What? You've got this? So what we're going to do is try to create a concierge program to, once you purchase a home through us, we have a lifetime concierge program through our program, to where we have somebody who will help facilitate whatever it is you need, and we'll proactively reach out to them periodically throughout the year with opportunities for whatever it is you may need.
So, Dave, that's actually a great segue of what we were planning on talking about today. And you might heard about this strategy before, maybe not. If not, well, you're gonna learn something new today from us too, and then I love your expertise on it. So, speaking of the concierge services, where you're also as real estate agents, we are the point of contact whenever anyone needs something. I mean, I get this all the time. Hey, Chris, do you know, you're well connected? Do you know this? Do you know that? Do you know? We get that all the time as real estate agents, right? And yeah, we do. But why don't we take that a step further? If we are sending business to local small business owners and we're promoting them, why don't we organize it? And why don't we make something where they give us business back in exchange for more value from us? So let me explain. In 2019, right before COVID, no one knew COVID was about to happen. Right before COVID, my 3 older kids who finally got to an age where I can have more time to explore new ways of doing business. And one of the ways that I was trying to figure out how to do business was to come up with a solution to a problem in my training. In my training, I'm a database guy, and people will be like, I don't have a great database. I'm like, okay, let me find solutions for you. And I thought of 2. One of them was the B2B networking plan. Also, my database at the time needed to be kind of refreshed. So I'm like, how do I do this? How do I do this? And then I get a call from someone at BNI or something like that, or maybe I don't know. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really like that whole concept of BNI. I'm not knocking. It's just too rigid for me. But why don't I just create my own network group? Right. So what I did was I literally loaded up a map on Apple Maps or whatever there was, some map system. And then this is before ChatGPT to help. I wrote down all of the local businesses that I could. And then I went to a few of them. The first one was across the street from my house. I walked over there. It was a Saltbox Therapy Center. And I just said, hey, I am going to do you could be the first one, a new local business to business networking group. We're going to meet every other month. I'm going to mail out some vouchers for you and I'll also do some video content for you too. Do you want to be a part of this? Yeah, great. All right, here's my only rule. First rule is easy for you because you own a salt therapy place and no one else does. Is there only one salt therapy place in here? Only one painter, only whatever. 2, I ask for one deal, one real estate transaction back a month. And 3, a positive attitude inside of the group, right? They're like, yeah, done. Great. Also, the first meeting we haven't set up yet. You have a place. Do you want to host the first meeting? Yeah. She's like, yeah. Okay, I got my first networking person. Uh-oh, I have a meeting set up, but I have no one in my group. So then I went to the local ice cream place, the coffee place. I called my attorney, I called my plumber, whatever, and I got a bunch of local businesses that I knew and didn't know and created a networking group. And in those 6 months, honestly, it's 3 because the first 3 months you're trying to figure things out. So I'll say really in 3 working months of that, I had 6 transactions closed on it. And I added 32 people, solid local small business owners who gets it into my database. And I was able to kick out some of the, I guess you call it dead weight in my database. And I loved it. And COVID hit, that went away. And this year I've been actually preaching for this for a while. I just couldn't do it. And thankfully, I got awesome partners, Jen and Jair. They're running with it this year. Our new networking group, our own little BNI. So that was a mouthful. I need water.
Well, I was talking to Jair about this because we are taking this off the ground, and prior to us putting the B2B together again, I did partner up with a vendor a few weeks ago on an event, and I said, hey, I'm hosting this event, love to have you there. It really works with our theme, and love to just have you there, and let's work together. Nothing serious whatsoever. I did a reel at his restaurant. He came and supported me. I tell you, he literally texted me the other day and he was like, hey, Jen, I know you guys get referrals for transactions, and I know you're not in Gainesville, but I have 2 properties I want to sell in Gainesville. I want to make sure that you connect me with somebody so you get your referral. I'm like,
sweet.
Thanks. And then what else did he say? We were talking about back and forth. I was like, just make sure whoever you tell or whoever you mentioned me to, you tell them I'm the best damn realtor you know. And he's like, no lie. He took a screenshot of his phone and then captioned like, Jen, the best realtor in the world, which he already had. I was like, done. So those relationships just go so far. And it's all about who do you know, right? Who do you know? How can we help in service and in the mindset of service? Always walking in with that. How can I help you versus what can you give me? And that's, I feel, how we're able to grow in such a organic.
Well, the human brain works on goodwill. Right. So if someone gives and treats you well and spoils you, good human beings have a natural tenacity to want to return that favor. Right. So if you're reaching out to small business owners who don't know how to market and promote, who don't have the time or energy how to do these things, don't have network, right? They're struggling, they're trying to get by. And then someone comes in that like no one else has come in and like, hey, you literally have to do nothing except these 3 simple rules and your business will grow. Yeah. Now you're like, that was it, knight in shining armor or whatever. You come galloping in with your cavalry and saving the day. And then you provide a goodwill for that person. And what happened with you, Jen? You provided goodwill in exchange for the goodwill. They felt like they had to return the goodwill. The best form of marketing is other people telling everyone about you. Starts with goodwill. So good job.
Thank you. I tell everybody about this place because I honestly feel that it's a fantastic restaurant and great service there. So I push everybody over there. I'm like, hey, if you're in this area, you got to stop by.
That's what you got to do. And without expecting anything in return, it'll come naturally.
Yeah, it did. So it's all good things.
I was just thinking in my head, now we can maybe make videos, 1, 2, 3 videos to our local business owners explaining the benefits of this group that they can watch on their own time, right? Because what's the biggest problem with small business owners? You go to look for them, they're like, man, I can't right now. I'm flipping this.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
We're in a rush, and you don't know when you're going to go, and you look like that guy that's going to like
sell solo.
Exactly. So, hey man, listen, we did this is one of our reels. We got 250,000 views. Check it out when you have time, and I'll explain to you what I'm here for. Boom. That's it. Drop a little video.
Yeah. So Dave, this was one of the methods that everyone has asked me, if I moved to a new area, what would I do? This and B2B marketing, because a lot of people don't have a database, and we had to solve that problem. So I tested both of those platforms out, and they work both very well. But B2B, when I did it for 6 months, I wasn't going to stop doing it. I was going to keep doing it, but we got shut down. But anyways, I loved it. What do you think about the idea? And don't be gentle. Be brutally honest. If you hate it, tell us.
Dude, I think it's a great idea, right? We're talking the same language with our concierge program, right? It's the exact same thing. And I mean, part of that stuff, and you guys nailed it, is I think it's you do everything out of an attitude of gratitude, right? And to help. Because I'll tell you one thing I've learned is that the world is starving for genuine people, right? Just genuine people who are here to help. Right. And it's and people get it, right? You don't have to ask for anything in return. I know you should ABCs always be closing, right? I get it, right? Because I've been in sales my whole life. But the issue becomes once you're giving something selflessly, people want to give back. It's just human nature, right?
Yeah.
That's a big thing to learn for agents, right? Especially when you're new, or for business owners in general. Yeah. The human connection is the first thing you got to make. do the right thing, help out. What can you bring to the table to help out? Not because you're looking to get something back, because you know that eventually something good will happen. And that eliminates the commission breath. Nobody likes to be sold. Just do the right thing, and eventually the right things come your way.
Yeah, well, and but I don't think we give people enough credit, right? They know exactly what your intentions are
Yep.
when they see what you're doing, whether it is overt or whether it is undercover. They know exactly who you are, right? In a pretty quick fashion. So, I think it's a great idea, honestly, and I think we're talking about the exact same type of thing, just on a different level and different systemization of it, right? And I don't think there's a wrong way or a right way. I'm sure it's just having a way, right, and to be consistent with it.
The
Well,
piece of
I don't hide the fact that I'm an agent. I don't hide the fact that I'm always working, never working. I have my shirt on. I have my cup. It's on my car. But I also I'm living and showing how I work. My job is to connect with people, to talk to people, and to market people. So I live like I work, and that's part of who I am. But I'm not telling you like, hey, do you know anyone who knows when they need to buy or sell a home? No, we don't do that.
I'm running the high school reunion this year, and with my friend Denise. But Denise has always used other real estate agents, and she actually grew up in the same neighborhood as mine. Anyways, Denise Duffin, and I needed an email to get her onboarded with the thing because she came in late today, and she's like, "I want to help," and she goes, "Listen, Chris, do not market to my email." Like I know you're a sales guy. Just promise me this is only for this. And that goes to your point, Dave. Sometimes people like see like, is he doing the reunion just for business? You know?
Well, yeah, and part of I get that for sure. And that's just not my gig, but I think part of this stuff is that we try to, as real estate agents, it's an interesting thing because I personally believe that, we've always tried to solve these things with email, right? Systemization of things to come, offers or, whatever to keep in touch with our clients. And that's what we do to keep in touch with them, right? And the problem is that's getting weeded out, right? People are not paying attention. They're paying attention to other things. And so, I heard years ago that email is going to go the way of the dodo. And I thought that's crazy because that's what I live on. But from a marketing perspective, I think it's going to be pretty tough for us to make an impact just by sending emails out on market statistics or, what's up and coming in the area, those type of things. I think that's getting harder because the clutter is getting much more significant, right?
Yeah, on that front, we're very heavy on our team of taking advantage of Meta's algorithm and then creating content to make sure that the people we want to see our stuff sees our stuff, right? That works out very, very well for us because regardless of how, things change, like, see Facebook just took down post of real estate, right? But that's things like that are going to happen. But if we just give Facebook and Instagram and TikTok what they want, and then we produce content what they want, then they're going to reward us back with pushing our stuff out there. So that won't change because those are the platforms where people are good. It's a CRM people want to be on, right? So with that, but I want to talk about
and we're terrible with that, by the way, Chris.
Oh, go ahead. What?
We're terrible with that.
Oh, it's what we do here. We have two different business models.
Yeah, we're terrible with that.
Oh, well, we should have a deeper talk.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I need to come back on a time when you're expecting me because I need some coaching, bro.
We have a workbook for our team and my coaching clients, and in it has the action steps to do every day, every week, every month, and every year. And you just check it off. And a lot of it, I know it's hard to see, but it says AAM. Yeah, everyone has it. Everyone has our workbooks. And AAM means algorithm advantage method. If it has AAM next to it, that helps the algorithm that task. So we literally just check it off every day. I got to do mine after this actually. And then we do that. And then once you get to the end of the week, we have our weeklies, bang out the weeklies. And at the end of the month, we have our monthlies, bang out the monthlies, and every year. And then if people don't, or someone on my team need a refresher, it's the same concept as you. They can just take the bookmark that comes with it, scan it, log in, and pick that item that they're confused about how to do properly. And then there's a training video in there for them. So, but yeah, anyways, you brought it up. So I did a little sales pitch. Always be closing, ABC.
But if you want to be doing your ABCs, what Dave does automatically helps you too, because we're doing our ABCs every day, 2 hours. We have to go answer phone calls, do things. And on top of that, you might forget to communicate with someone. So if you have that video readily available and ready to go out, helps you keep yourself everywhere, because we have to be everywhere.
Do you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jen.
No, I've been talking about these videos since your podcast.
She has.
I really have been.
She won't give up.
I'm like, we're gonna get this done, guys. We're gonna get it done, because I just see so much value in it. And just now, I had in my mind, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Along Came Polly. Have you seen Along Came Polly? Ben Stiller. It's an older movie, and Jennifer Aniston, and he's like a risk analysis guy, and he has a total meltdown about freaking throw pillows, and he's like, you know how many seconds a day I waste on throw pillows, and he's going through them and he's calculating. He's like, and it bundles up to so many days of his life. So when you were talking about how many phone calls a day you answer on these same questions over and over, I'm like, oh my God, I'm having a Along Came Polly moment.
Yeah.
I could just be shaving off days of my life on just answering the same question over and over and over. Like, let's work smarter, Jen, not harder.
Yeah, you're just stuffing time back into your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you do.
Yeah.
Dave, let me ask you something. So on our coaching that we do every Tuesday and Thursday, we meet at noon online. And would you be willing, and you can say no, I won't be offended, and you can say yes now and then text me later, no, because you don't sound bad on whatever. But why don't you host one of those sessions and I, as a guest host, and be like, hey, this is my video process. Of course, you have a training course that goes deeper. You can give them as much as you can without spilling, tipping all your cards, right? But here is the process that we go through. This is how we do it, blah, blah, blah. You could talk for like 30, 45 minutes, an hour. And then at the end, you can give like a promo code for people to join your program if you want.
I would love that. I would love that, because Jen's been promoting it already, and I kind of have an idea.
But Jair, but you're not doing it. I'm asking Dave.
I'm just saying why he should do it, because Jen's already been promoting it.
I really have, Dave. I've been talking this up for weeks.
Well, it's I'd be happy to do that, Chris. I mean, really, the idea behind this thing is it's like, we just got good systems that work, right? If we can help share those with people and get the information out to them, and it's really it's a cut and dry, pretty simple step-by-step system. If you just implement the stuff, the returns on this, I mean, even on how you set listing appointments, right? I mean, even how you set an appointment with a listing customer, it'll save you so much time.
Okay. Listen to me real quick, Dave. Coming up on our schedule, we follow what's called the 4P framework, and we're working towards the 4th P, which is presentation. And I have a very specific scripts and structures and presentation and all that stuff. And it's kind of similar to yours. We do offer video content explainers to our listing clients and buyer clients beforehand. However, a good way possibly for you, a good class for you would be to teach your listing video presentation, right? To kind of like support this whole thing. And that way you're giving very valuable information, but not giving away the whole house.
Yeah. I mean, if I can be a benefit, happy to do it, right? I mean, if there's some way I can be a benefit, I'm happy to do it, right? So I'm just going to be in Tokyo from the 18th of May through the 31st of May. So,
oh, that's awesome.
Vacation or for work?
Both. Oh yeah, no work. Just walking out work, yes, but I mean vacation, yeah.
Gotcha.
What's in Tokyo? That's an interesting choice.
My wife's brother got my brother-in-law got he got transferred to Tokyo in January from Chicago. So that's his I think his 3rd stint in Asia. So my wife is like, dude, we need to go to Tokyo while Bruce is there. And I'm like, I'm out. She's like, no, you're not out. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to go to Tokyo. So we're going to Tokyo.
Well, Dave, I'm putting you on the spot here. June 12th, I have an open day.
June 12th.
12 o'clock Eastern time.
All right. Let me see. 12 o'clock Eastern time. That's 2 o'clock my time. May, June 12th. That's a Thursday, right?
Yeah, well, it will be 10 o'clock your time.
Noon your time?
Mm-hmm. Unless you live in the ocean.
No. Sorry, dude. 10 o'clock a.m. my time, Thursday
Yep.
the 12th.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
All right, I'll follow up with some information. Oh, I'm excited about this, mostly because then it gives me one last class to teach. Awesome. And you're gonna do pre-listing.
I'm glad I could be of service to take it off. That
You
makes,
made this podcast easier, and you're making the June 12th
hey,
class
that
easier.
makes me feel really good about this. I was feeling like I was valued, and then it's like, dude, now it's one less class. I got it. All right.
Stop it.
Just kidding.
Can't take
All
them.
right.
I'll follow up with you after the podcast, but yeah, and just in case you actually can't do it, and you didn't want to say it on.
No, I'm good. If I didn't want to do it, I'd tell you no.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, but there was one point about you were talking about how you were doing the concierge thing for your clients, and then that segued into our B2B marketing plan. But that was kind of the point for that. Like, so if you can now double whammy your partners, your concierge partners into a BNI thing in exchange for your referrals, they do those things.
Yeah.
Then do that. Why wouldn't you?
Well, it's an interesting thing too. Real quick story. Last week, it was a Friday. A lady called me, never knew her, and she's called me and said, "Hey, I want you to come over, take a look at the house." Went through the whole thing. We said, "Fine." I went over there, and I was like, "How'd you get my name? How'd this go?" And she goes, "Well, it's funny." She said, I had the window guy come in, and the window guy said, "I'm not doing anything until you talk to Dave." And then she's like, "Okay, he needs to tell you what ones we need to do, blah, blah, blah." And she's like, "Okay, that's fine." Next appointment, literally, I kid you not, like an hour later was with the flooring guy. And he said, "You know what? You really need to talk to Dave about how much carpet you need to replace. Do we need to do it all? Do we not?" He says, "You talk to him and then let me know what we need to do." And so she called me after that because she's like, "You know what? I figure 1 out of 2 is like, whatever, but 2 guys in a row." She's like, "That told me that who I needed to call." And so it was just reinforced this whole B2B thing, right? Like what you're talking about, Chris, about our concierge program thing. There's something there that I think too many of us miss. I know we miss it, right? Because we give out names of people. The reason he says that is because he probably replaces carpet in a dozen houses or more for me every year. Right? Window guy, he probably goes to 10 to 20 of the houses I list every year to fix windows or do whatever needs to be done. And so we do that already, right? On a regular basis.
Just scale it.
Yeah. So now it's just about packaging it, right? Packaging it up and making it something that seems like a benefit that you already do, that's something special for just your clients.
What I can do is we did this class yesterday. We do it twice a year. We actually did it yesterday, and we're going to talk about what we did talk about today at the podcast. I can save a recording of it in a Google Drive and send you the link if you want to just watch how we do it. If you want.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll do that right after this.
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So Jen's phone is always going off like a true. That was yours?
Well, that was Jair's, but my phone is going off. You're seeing my eyes kind of like that.
Your eyes jotted down. Your eyes went down, and you guys have the same ringtone.
Yeah.
These guys are so busy in every meeting, every podcast. I'll have a conversation in the middle of it. They're like, they're not hearing what I'm saying. The phone to the ear.
Answering the phone makes you so much of a better agent than everybody out there.
It's not distracting at all when you're presenting. Not even close.
No, but honestly, though, that is like the most basic thing agents need to do, and yet they
pick up their phone.
They don't pick up their phone.
Yeah.
Or a simple. iPhone makes it easy. You can click and say, "Hey, can I call you back? I'm on the other line." Something quick, just anything, and then actually call back.
It's the most basic thing. I'm sure you guys hear it all the time. All the time. It's like people won't answer their phone. They don't call me back. I had somebody who were taking a listing over from somebody. I just talked to her before this podcast. She said, "You know what? I've called that agent 3 different times, told them to come get their sign. I have not heard back from them. I started calling them last Tuesday." Right? Tuesday. That's the kind of service that people get in this business. And it's just like, there's no excuse for that. There is no excuse for that. So I'm going to use it and I said, "You know what? Don't call her again. I'll take care of it."
I have to say 2 points on that, and then we can kind of wrap up and do our finale. But I shouldn't say my very favorite, but I have a top 20 list of like clients, and one of them bought a $1 million+ house with me a couple years ago, and they're the sweetest, best. Like I love them. Like they're just awesome. We had such a good time, and just when you vibe with people and they get it, they trust you, whatever. Anyways, of course, I always ask, like, how'd you find me? And they said, well, we actually followed someone else on YouTube for a while, and we called that person a few times, and that person never got back to us. We called, emailed, everything. And then we have similar names. And then as we were typing in that person's name, your YouTube came up, and we started watching yours. And then we started watching your family's YouTube channel. Whatever. That's not the whole point. The point is they called, and I picked up. And then they were the greatest people ever, and I sold them the house. But here's the irony of it all. That same agent who they tried to call, he did a Facebook post probably a month or so after I closed our house. I made a nice commission check on it, over $30,000. And he posted, real estate so hard right now. I'm not sure, like kind of venting. And I'm like, dude, if you just picked up your phone, you would have had another 30K, but now I have it. Right. So, that's, I just kind of wanted to put that out there. And the second thing, my other point about that, I always seem to have 2 points and everything. But my second point in all that is that I have been very blessed to be a coach, a mentor, a business partner, and a team lead of hundreds of agents at this point, right? And I can tell you there's one key feature or attribute that I instantly know if they're going to do well or not. And that is they are reliable. Like if we say they say they're going to be here, they're going to be here. If they say they're going to pick up, they're going to pick up. They say they're going to show a house, they're going to show a house. And you know what I mean? Like when you're starting calling people and they're not answering, or if they say they're going to be something and then they always need it. I get it. You need to reschedule every now and then. I get it. But if it's like a habit of someone, you just know they're not going to do well, because the way they do that with us is how they do that with clients. Clients aren't going to put up with it, and they're going to call other people,
Yeah. Well, you leave tells, right? You leave tells on how you do your business by things like that.
Mm-hmm. I know Jen, Jair, they pick up and they go where they want to go. They're on this podcast before me, right? Ready to go. And wearing their shirts.
About being on time, Chris.
Oh, let's not go there. Dave doesn't know the joke. He's in Colorado.
Well, everyone knows that joke.
No, I don't know.
Most Latinos are late. It's stereotypical, but it is very specific to our culture, or the Caribbean culture, I would say. I won't even limit it to Latinos. But Jair and I make it a point, a mission to never be late to anything, just to break that stereotype, because we don't like being late. I was late all my life with my mom.
One last trick I learned a long time ago. You want it?
Be careful, Dave.
What?
I don't know. I don't know where you're going with this. We're talking Latinos, and then you're talking about tricks.
Here's the beautiful thing. It doesn't matter whether you're going to be late or you're going to be on time. If you text somebody 10 minutes before your appointment, say, hey, I might be 2 to 3 minutes late. Just want to let you know if that's any inconvenience. I'm apologizing ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it is like game changer, right? And then you show up on time. They're so appreciative of your call or your text, even if I know I'm not going to be late, right? I'm just letting them know ahead of time. I respect them and their time. You know what I mean?
You're setting the tone again. You're setting the tone for expectations, and you're exceeding them.
It's a silent killer, because what it does is it's like, and it doesn't cost me a thing, and I do it in my car on the way there.
That's great. Another tip too, which is awesome on that, love that tip, is that when I'm showing houses, or if I'm about to meet someone somewhere to show houses or appointment, I'll put in the map, and then I'll hit that ETA button and send it to them. Right. So they also now get alerts of where you are. Right. It takes 2 seconds.
Yep. Any of that stuff is so good, because it's like another differentiating point. It's not a big one, but sometimes it doesn't take very big things.
The little things matter. People, So that's cool.
Little things.
All right.
Okay.
We have our special guest, Dave Kimbrough. And he'll be back. He'll be back with us doing a training on June 12th. So if you're in our coaching program, by all means, June 12th is a great day to show up. He also has his own coaching program, which you can find where?
www.expectationselling.com. Trust me, game changer for your processes. Game changer. So, hey, I appreciate you guys. I just want to let you know, Jair, it's nice to meet you today. You guys are always so kind and so welcoming. Both times I've been on here, whether I was supposed to be or not, you guys really like put me into the fold. And, I really appreciate it. You guys are really cool. So thanks a ton.
So
Back
hold
at
on. Are you going? Sorry, Jen. What?
No, I said back at you, Dave. We love having you around.
Yeah. Thanks.
But now you made me think though. So you go on podcast often, right? So do you have different vibes?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. What do you mean different vibes?
He felt
I mean,
that
like they're not like welcoming and positive and like
Oh, it's just
normal.
different, right? You find people that you're like, dude, I could go drain a bottle with these people.
Mhm.
Well,
Right?
let's do it, bro.
Dude, all over
Kim
that.
Bro.
Bottle right now. No,
I
I'm
got-
kidding.
I got-
Woo!
I'll make sure in Tokyo.
But you know what I mean, right? Yeah, you feel like I can go hang with these guys, right? And so I really appreciate that. All you guys have always been Alex, great. Everybody's been so cool. I just want to tell you thanks because that's not always. You always have good reception, but it's just like, yeah, you guys, I like you. I like you as people.
Ah, you're a good man, sir.
All
Well,
right,
you can. So,
you've got
Go
a
ahead.
family YouTube channel.
We did, and then we had our fifth kid, and it just got too much. But my wife and I did just put a video up about going to. There's a new theme park at Universal built. It's called Epic Universe, and
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what, babe, we haven't done a YouTube video in a while, so I just brought, it just did one. But yeah, we did one a month, and then it just got too much.
Oh,
You know,
more
it's fun.
power.
It's fun. I actually enjoy it. I love it,
Yeah.
and we watch him to this day. We'll have him on the TV, and we'll watch like all these videos we did together. It's a lot of fun. I wish we could do it more. So if anyone ever has the opportunity to do that, do it. It's fun. It's mostly for us, not for everyone else.
It's a
Yeah.
digital photo album. I mean, it's a video album.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It is cool, and you forget so many things that you do and then you watch them like, oh my god, I forgot we did that.
Oh,
Right?
I know. It happens, man. Life goes fast.
Especially 5 kids.
Oh, can't imagine.
Is it fast? Is that what you call that?
When's your birthday number 4? Oh, okay. Good.
Mhm.
YouTube reminded me.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I
funny. All right.
appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming. And who else is here? If you want to tell Jen and Jair, let the people know where they find you.
Awesome. Yeah. Please hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. I'm getting better at TikTok. I'm not that great, but I'm getting there. You can find me on TikTok too.
Yeah, same. Likewise. Jair Reategui, Homes by Cusi team. Instagram, Facebook all day. Getting used to the tickety talk little by little.
The tickety tick tick tock.
The tickety tock.
I
All right, guys.
don't get it. I'm working on it though. Yes. You can find us anywhere. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Bye, everyone. See ya.
Guys, see ya.
Bye.